Morning. Check out that hat, man. I stole it from work. Never gave it back. And check out the shirt. It's not even around my heart. I designed it, but I guess the reason I didn't put it over the heart is because I was thinking too much, but I was thinking since it's a unisex shirt, and if it puts, it's gonna, I don't know. Anyway, this actually was for the women because it was red and I made purple and blue. And when I had overstock, I came home one Christmas, I gave everyone a shirt. And then when I came home this Christmas, I found that they were all pushed under in the bottom drawer, unopened. But now I get to wear it. Because the one I have, there's the Prime t-shirt. It's it got it, what, 2011? It's like 15 years old, man. I keep it for nostalgic reasons. I don't know where it got holes in it and shit. But yeah, man. How you guys doing, man? Can't believe it's Thursday. I think it's Friday in Japan, but it's Thursday where I'm at. And yeah. So yesterday, one of my kindergarten kids, first grade kids, as always, not always, but as always, they say, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And I say, can you hold it? And I feel really bad. Because when you gotta go, you gotta go. And if you're like little, I don't know how you hold it, but it kind of works because then their friend says, next thing you know, when I look over, she's no longer, or they're just playing and having fun. So they kind of forget about it. And sometimes I come back around like, you gotta go? Like, no, I'm good. But anyway, yesterday she said she had to go. I gotta go to the bathroom. I don't even ask it, the number one, number two, because I don't want to know. And then I said, can you hold it? And then she's raising her hand. Now, this is the weird part. She's raising her hand. Just calm. And I come over and she's like, I went to the bathroom. But she's not crying and she's not upset. But she's smiling. I went to the bathroom. So I go to the teacher's room and I'm like, because the teachers at this school, they hide behind the cafeteria in this little room. And I'm like, yeah, well, I know her name. I know most of the kids. No, it's 50%, 60% of kids. I know all the bad kids. I got to tell them to sit in their seats. But anyway, and she just like, she comes out. But anyway, and then all they did was she put tissue on the chair. I mean, she cleaned up. I ain't clean up her stuff, and she's wiping. I was like, all right, wipe it some more. Like, oh. And then we put more tissue so she could sit on it. So that was interesting. The highlight of yesterday. No, actually, that wasn't the highlight. The highlight was after I uploaded the video from my house, I got in the car at 7:10. A little later than usual, but, you know, it only takes me like 15 minutes to get to work. 18. I'm going up. The weather is nice. A little foggy. Going up, listening to my audiobook. There's this little junction where this way you can also go the back way to get to my school. I see some cars darting off to there, but I just kept going straight. I get to the sign, it says 7 minutes to your turn, your exit. 7 minutes. From that point until when I got to my exit, 1 hour. 1 hour. I'm just sitting there, not moving all slow. I was going so slow that I could take out my camera. I saw this deer way down there, and I'm zooming in there and trying to make like a National Geographic movie. And there is the deer. It was like a baby deer. I'm all zoomed in. And it had the fog. It was a nice shot, I guess. Maybe I'll throw it in the video. I don't know. So I ended up getting to work at 9 o'clock. So from my house to school took me 2 hours when it's only a 15-minute. And the worst part, now I don't want to see anybody hurt. I don't want to see no accident. I don't even want to see police. But when I be coming up and it's all moving slow, and then I get past this point, it just picks up. And I'm like, there's nothing here. I'm expecting to see like ambulances. It's frustrating, like, because it makes me feel like the reason it's all backed up is because people don't want to let people get onto the highway. They all like, and one dude, he comes out of nowhere and he's all pushing his butt in there. I'm just like, go. He's like, oh, thank you. And then it's like, where you going? We're on traffic. And he goes all the way in this lane. He's speed racing, being fast and furious, fast and infuriating. People be, oh man, don't. But yeah. After work, I went to the dentist because there's a giant where I used to work. This is where I shop at every day. I don't wear the hat outside. Just wearing it now. I wear the shirt. I just need a shirt. And I'm usually zipped up. I wear that shit too. Red shirt. But there's this dentist place. So the other day I walked in and said, hey, how much for a cleaning? They said, you have to have an appointment. You have to do some x-rays. I'm like, just tell me how much a cleaning is. Like, we got to do this. I'm like, whatever. So I made an appointment. And then they called me this morning or yesterday, left a message. So I called them back and they're just like, we're just here to confirm your appointment for tomorrow. And just to let you know, if you join our facilities, this dentist office, your x-ray and all your fees will be waived. Which is confusing. How do I know I want to join you? Because I need to know how much it costs. If it's out of my price range, I'm not going to join. Does that mean I have to pay? Because if I have to pay, then I don't want to do it. It's like, and she just keeps saying this, and I'm trying to. And it wasn't me, because when I was there was some lady arguing the same thing. Do I got to pay? Like, no, you don't have to pay for this. It's like, but, and the staff is just like, listen, I'm trying to explain to you. But is it confusing? It should be a la carte. This is how much this costs. This is how much this costs. And then, like, if you have some particulars, whatever, you bump it up. They have to have the average of all the people that come. Anyway, so I go there, and I went to the dentist before, and they did x-rays. So I bring this paper. I'm like, can I just use this one? Because honestly, I don't like the biting on that stupid thing. Because this should be made out of like spongy plastic. That shit is hard and be all, you got a whole around. And yeah, I mean, the doctors, dentists, whatever. You go in there and it's, how you doing today? I guess if you don't have any issue and it's just a routine thing. But even so, I don't like going to these places. How am I doing? I'll be doing much better when I leave. And then the way they're acting like, what's wrong with you? It's just the dentist. Some people don't like the dentist. I understand that's your profession and you're here every day. But I don't like that shit. So do the x-rays, they check, and then the third lady comes in. The third lady comes in with like the thing with the little hook on it, the little metal thing. She's like jabbing my gums. And she's like, on a scale of 1 to 10, because you seem to be in a lot of pain. Like you're jabbing me with a pick thing. Wait till you try to get that needle in my mouth. You're going to have to hold me, because that's like... So after she's done jabbing, she tells me all the stuff I need done. Got 2 root canals. I don't even know where they are. I mean, I'm sitting there listening to her tell the code. She's like, all right, this one's a 377. This one's a 187. This one's a 69. What the hell are all these codes? Only 1, 2, she's like, this one's fine. Now, before I go on, I think coming back to America kind of saved me because in Japan, the job I was working at, we didn't do like physical physicals. We just kind of, you go in there every year, they look at you, they tell you, say Sally saw Shelly at the saw. Like Sally saw Shelly at the seashore. Okay, you're good. Enjoy your school year. Like, you're not going to check my heart. You're not going to take any blood. And for years, that's what it was. And since I don't like doctors, it works. And since I was young and whatever, no issue. But, you know, it's not really a physical. But also dentist stuff. I didn't go to the dentist unless I felt pain. Just routine checkups. So for 15 years, I didn't do any of that. And if I was still there, maybe I'd still be doing rugged man. But being home, first thing I did when I came home, I did a full body physical. I got my wisdoms out. I started the dentist thing. But yeah, so now that I'm here. Because the thing is, in Japan, it's just a... Anyway, so so finally, they're like, sit here and the staff will tell you how much it costs. So then the staff comes and she's like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, and she's like, do you have any questions about what was prescribed? Like, but you didn't prescribe, medicine prescribed. She's like, procedure prescribed. Well, then say procedure. Like, I'm frustrated. She's like, so you have any questions? I'm like, how much is it? That's why I'm here. I mean, I kept saying that. Like, do you want to get the x-rays? No, I just want to know how much it costs. She's like, well, you need to get the x-ray. I know. That's why I'm here. I said it like 8 times that day. So I'm sitting there in front of her. She's at the computer. Do you have any more questions? How much is it? She's like, well, it's and this is what my brain heard. She's like, well, blah blah blah. You could pay 60%, and then it'll be six. I'm like, okay. So $600. That's like, yeah, it's okay. That's manageable. And then she writes it down and she puts an extra 0 there. It's like, she says 60%. I was like, what's the total? She's like, $12,000. What? 12,000? And this isn't braces. This is like cosmetic. This is like the underlying, fix all that shit first, the foundation. And $12,000. I'm like, that's a car. It's like, no, not really. Cars are pretty expensive. But that is it, man. And the job I have, I don't have insurance, so it's all out of pocket. I'm thinking, this job, Giant, they had insurance. I might get a job just so I could get some thing. It's like, so why are you interested in our company? Well, you have a really good dentist insurance, and I need to get some dental work done. I don't even know what you guys do. I just Googled like dentist. But I mean, it's not insurmountable. Like, they don't even have a layaway plan. It's just, you have to pay everything up front, and then they start working on shit. So I need to figure that out. But I feel, it's one of those, once you know what the problem is, once you know what you're dealing with, you could figure it out, versus I don't know. Now I know. I can go from there. I mean, next year is like in what, 23 days? 24 days? That's next year, man. I think it's time to start building the beat making, rhyming empire. Just to get dental. It's like, what was your motivation? Well, I wanted a Denzel smile. Like, you ever notice I don't be smiling big. Like, unless I'm rapping. Then I gotta rap the way I rap. And I do smile, when I was in Philly, right around 8 Mile, the movie, all the schools were doing battles. And one of the biggest disses that always came to me was, look at this guy up here smiling all big. He ain't a gangster. He's a piece of shit. And I'm like, when did I say I'm a gangster? I just smile because... Now, this is before, like, the Uzis and the Kanyes. I was thinking about this yesterday. Kanye messed it up. Not so much, what he messed up, but he used to be someone that you could refer to and people like, yeah, Kanye. But now when you say it, they just think the negative things about Kanye. But, Kanye's always been Kanye. He always be talking. That's his thing. He just talks reckless. That's what he does. That's what he did. That's what he's doing. But people smiled. In that era, they were like, he was like the first emotive emo type rapper, 808 Heartbreaks. But anyway, so I was a little bit before my time, and I was in Philly, where it's a bunch of gun bars. I got a 9 in my pants. Actually, they say that. I got a 9 in my pants. I'll pull out the 9 and make you dance. Then go back to the house and make your woman advance. That's a bunch of gun bars. And I would come up with, I didn't swear back then. Why are you telling me about your sex life? Don't give a... Again, I don't swear. So it'd probably, why are you telling me about your sex life? I don't give a... Makes me wonder if you suspect. You need to go, bruh. Something like that. And he'd get all upset. Said, I'll smack you. So why are you so violent? There's a video, I gotta find it, where these two young boys, young boys, they're out there. And they're all just like it was on Temple campus, but Temple's in Philly, which, if you don't know about Philly, although it's called the brotherly city of love, they just saw on the news, they had the most car break-ins. It doubled this year. Or no, it quadrupled. Last year was doubled. Brother, like people breaking in your car to show you love. But these two guys are going back at it. It's me versus these two. And they're just like getting all in my face. And he's just like, I got the guns on the block and I'll take my shots. I'm like, you got the guns in the block. Go ahead and take your He said, I don't need the guns or the Glock. I know how to box. I'm like, if you know how to box, then chop off my knot. And he's getting all up here, and then people came in and like, oh. I mean, it wouldn't have. I mean, I had people in the crowd who would have. Well, I didn't know him, but afterwards, like, yeah. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, I don't smile. But I do smile if I'm, whatever. But I always wanted to get braces because, I don't want to show you, but, you already know. And I want the ugly Bettys, man. That's what I said, well, I want them ugly Bettys, man. She says, well, I don't know. You got to do a procedure because you got the invisible ones. But I want them ugly. I want you to know that I'm working on my smile. So basically, it's $12,000 to fix the underlying. And then it would be whatever the ugly Bettys cost. Maybe another 4, maybe 5. That's like $20,000. So once that happens, who smiles a lot and always be bothering me? What's his name? The Silk guy. Bruno Mars and that other Pac. He's always smiling. Like, it's just like, So I'm gonna have one of those smiles. But just gotta work on that. I didn't tell my dad. My dad would have a heart attack. Like, hey, Dad, I just came back from the dentist. They said I need... He's like... Let's do some Sanford. But I don't need to do it all at once. So I'm going to do it. There's 3 procedures, the root canals, the cavities, and then there's a cleaning, root canal. Oh, man, 12,000, that is crazy. Crazy. But I'm kind of okay. I'm not just nothing to be okay about. But if I was in Japan, I may not have started the procedure because it's, as she said to me, it didn't happen overnight. You can't fix it overnight. You just gotta get on it. But I probably would have been out in Japan another few years, and who knows what would have happened. So, things happen. The end. So last night I made 3 more songs to my Christmas thing. So I'm up to 17. I'm using Ableton, a little wireless MIDI controller. I'm just sitting there. It's not even like a good setup. Just sitting there, the laptop on my lap, and then the keyboard over here, and I'm using Serato, the sampler thing. And it's just, part of me, I ain't doing anything. I'm taking a drum, I'm taking some chops, I'm smashing them together, and then boom. But that's all you need. Like, I guess it's because some guy, I remember I talked about him a lot, and he's just like, I don't feel like I'm doing anything. But Kanye's, again, I always go to Kanye, but now it's always, but whatever. The beat Kanye made, diamonds are forever. He didn't write those lyrics. Whoever made the original song, that was the lyrics, right? Well, if you took away his drums and you left the original, it doesn't sound too much different. But a better example would be a Common song, be do 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 do. Go ahead, listen to the original. Listen to this one. He didn't even speed it up. He just added drums around it. It used to piss me off. It's like he's not even making anything. Now, you got to hear it. Like the dude who made they flipped the Rick, never want to give you up. I remember I'm driving. Sometimes I turn on the radio. Usually it's audiobook or my instrumentals. But every now and then I turn on the radio. And this song comes on. And this guy's rapping. And I'm like, really? And it's one of those songs where if it plays enough times, or if you're in the club and it came on, you like the Carlton dance. It's not unusual. Like it just becomes a thing. So I went home and Googled it, found it, listened to it. It's not a bad song. But it's like, who would do that? I guess they did that. I mean, that guy's eating because, I don't know his whole story, but I seen him. It was like, where are you? Where have you been? Or what? And he's like, yeah, I just left because I just wanted to spend time with my family. But the amount of times that people, like, there's sites dedicated to Rick rolling people, and now he gets a remix. He's getting his royalty checks. Well, I don't know the how his deal was structured, but yeah. But I'm loving this album, or this work. The only issue is I asked someone to give me a name. I asked you guys to give me a name, and it was called The Grinch's List. But so far I haven't sampled The Grinch yet. I don't know if I want to. But I want to tie it together with the title. The title for me has to have, like Moonrock. There's a song called Moonrock. Now, you don't have to, but it just makes things easy. It just ties things together. I wanted to do Santa something. Like the whole thing is Santa rapping. But I mean, maybe I'll make one song called The Grinch's List, and then called it Santa. Because if you remember, I used to do those Santa freestyle, they were never freestyles. They were like they were Christmas raps with a Santa face. So I might just make this whole project that, or just keep it instrumental. I don't know. What are your thoughts on it? So today, I have my therapy today. I'm gonna play her Lucy. She said, I don't know what you sound like, so I'm going to play her that one. I don't know what she's going to do with it. That is, I like it. But hey, we'll see how she... And I also have that open mic at the bookstore. Kind of excited. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might do Lucy again. Let me see if it works. You tell me if this sounds nice as a poetry. Let me come up in here. Should I bring the iPad or should I put it on a piece of paper? All right. The truth is, do I have to talk that way? Because you know how poets be talking. The truth is, we all go through things. Some make songs, others swallowed in pain, while others swallow in bottles tied in... See, that's a little tongue twister. I don't know if that's the right one. I got to think about it. I should have thought about it, but I'd be busy when I come home. I don't got time. Or I'm using the time to do other stuff. I'm going to try to leave here earlier. It doesn't matter, man, once you get stuck in traffic. I would have been stuck at the end of it. But it seems if I would have... I don't want to say that. But if I would have left 20 minutes earlier... But yeah. So I'll let you guys know about the open mic. I'll take some video. I'll record it. You can see how interesting it looks. But this has two benefits. One, I would assume the people who are at the bookstore to watch poetry read books. So any friends I make there, they'll be all like, man. And new blood, new interactions, new people. Because I was, where am I going to find people? Where am I going to find people? I don't want to meet them at the bar. Not that everyone who goes to the bar drinks. You know, why not? I don't want to meet them. But here's a place. You know? But yeah. I haven't played with my mic. I'm going to do it on the weekend. Actually, I'm going to record. So I'm going to use it. Actually use it for this project. But right now, I still have it on a stand. It's right next to my bed. Wake up in the morning. Oh, I got my mic. Apparently my dad doesn't like the word He was saying in Jamaica when he was growing up, if you said the teachers would beat you. That's interesting. Well, we were watching some political TV thing, and they had some guests, and the host asked the question, so what do you think about this such and such? And he says, my dad's like, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. And he's right. I know that people, but at that level, you should come correct. Me just talking to talk, drop a here and there, but he was in every other 3 seconds, like he didn't know the answer. Then why are you on the show? I mean, I know why they're on the show, to get their 10 seconds of shine on. Yeah, I was on this TV show. Look at me. Daddy was on TV. But yeah. Oh, last night, after I left the dentist, I went to the dollar store. And as I was coming over, this guy with a cart comes and he's like, hey, what's going on, man? He's looking me right in the eye as if he knows me. So I'm thinking, Oh, I guess he's someone from school. I don't remember him. Whatever. But he was just warm, just like, hey, man, his arms stretched out. And I'm like, what? He's like, it's been a while. And I'm like, yeah, 20 years? Because, 15 years in school, 4 years in college, that would be high school. He's like, nah, I'm the barber. And I've only been to one barber, but remember how glowing of the barbershop that I went to? I think this would be September. Yeah, right when I started working. Like, yeah, like, oh. And I was just, my bad. He's like, how you doing? I'm like, I can't complain. I love saying that because you can't complain, man. I mean, you could. There's always stuff to complain about. Economy, um, government, internal. It's like there's stuff to complain about, but there's also stuff to be happy about. The fact that you're alive, the fact that you have time to watch me. Because in the audiobook it said it, but it's true. Like if you have time to watch me talk about whatever, life. Now maybe you're watching from the hospital bed on your last breath, but in general, if you have time to complain about what Kardashian's doing, you are probably okay. For real, right? And I was just like, yeah, I actually scheduled an appointment on Sunday or Saturday because I'm going to this other event. Now here's where I actually did, right? But some people would say, oh yeah, I'm gonna come this weekend, but they're just doing it because. But he could see, or hopefully it shows timestamp. He already made an appointment. But could you imagine if I was all shaped up and shit? He's like, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. Like, yeah, I've been busy. So you've been going to another barbershop, huh? No, but yeah, I was. Truth be told, because it was yet Wednesday. Wednesday's the day that they were blocked off. Because I was gonna get a nice shape up for the open mic today, and then my thing on Saturday. But I guess because he was with his family. Because I saw a little kid in the cart, and I'm like, "It's you?" He's like, "It's my stepson." I said, "Don't matter, man. That's you, man." He's like, "I'll see you later." I was like, "See you later." Like I've never met a barber that I met outside. Well, in Japan I did. In Japan I was like walking. I saw my barber, and he's just like, "What you going on, man? What's going on?" I even got him some shears from the States when I came back because he's like, "Can you?" But here I've never met any barbers outside of the barber shop. And I don't like the barbershop. I mean, I like to listen. I don't like being put. Well, I guess because growing up, my brother would do this. We go in the barbershop and he'd be like, "Yo, Matthew's the greatest rapper ever," and all these people are like, "Oh, you could rap, huh? Spit something." Like, I'm good. I'm good. Your brother said you're the greatest guy ever. I'm like, the mathematical lateral slap you with this. The multilateral slap you. The multilateral slap you with no collateral, leave you with the lateral cut to your jugularical. That's not a real word, it's apparent to. Listen, I'm not a parent dude, but when I rap, I'll be parent dudes. Cheers. And, I'm talking like that. That's little whispers. And okay. Again, I was ahead of my time rapping that way. Like I didn't have a Biggie flow. Relax and take notes. That's not his voice, but relax and take notes. Like no gun references, no smoking reference, no banging women reference. Just a multilateral. Da, da, da. So yeah, I could rap, but I wasn't getting the props. That was that. But it always had this. I don't like going in there. Feel. Now it's changed a little bit because when I go into the barbershops around my area, they're Spanish, so the conversation is in Spanish. So all I know is this dude better stop yelling out because he'd be right here doing his thing, like yelling in my ear. Like, you better just cut my damn hair. And be all laughing. So what do you want again? This new guy, different. I mean, they still talk, but he was talking to me, trying to understand who this person is in his seat. And clearly he cares because you know how it be. You see someone and you're like, should I say it? Or you just kind of, like, okay. But, yeah. All right. Thank you for eating breakfast with me. I eat so slow, man. My dad eats slow, apparently. So I got it from my dad. So if we ever sat, we don't go out. But imagine if we went out to some restaurant. We'd be sitting there not eating, have to get doggy bags or whatever. But be safe. Enjoy your Thursday. If you're on the East Coast, isn't the weather beautiful? At least Pennsylvania, New Jersey. It feels so warm. I don't even need a coat today. All right, peace.